Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Greetings, greetings, greetings. How you're doing? Please do share the broadcast. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Um, yeah, we'll be going live shortly. Just wanted to just get one or two things in place. I've just seen some information about Nnamdi Kanu, but we'll be going live and talking about the issue of the Nigerian government and our need to have our own safety and security, and the propaganda from the US. And again, still taking soundings from people about how they feel about Nigeria. So, there is a lot to cover. Do share the broadcast. And let's see how I do this now. Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. So we're just trying to get a few things sorted out, making sure that we got everything in order. Please do share. Share the broadcast, help us reach more people. We really do appreciate you. So we want to just check, as ever, you know what I do. I check everything to make sure it's all working. And please, as you're coming in, give us a thumbs up and help us grow the platform. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you. And yeah, there's a lot that the US is doing. And we have to be very alert and aware that there's a lot of propaganda. But nonetheless, we do not for any second take for granted the feelings, the feeling from the people. Don't take that for granted at all. If anything, it is understood, and we understand how people feel, and we want to talk about it in a manner and fashion that is very important for us to all to understand. We can't be silent. We can't just and just wait there and think something is gonna drop from the sky for us. No, we will have to take collective action to address the concerns. So greetings, welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. You are listening to Citizen AY. As we all know, Trump has made a threat to invade Nigeria. Now, I know that a lot of people are concerned about it. We are all concerned, and we're not happy with what is going on. So what to do is the question. What to do? Are we going to sit down and just go, okay, US have made a threat, and we just have to accept it and not say anything more? I don't think so. I don't think that is a position we should take. I think we need to take a position whereby we say, whoa, this is a big concern. We have a discussion in our community to make sure we understand what's been done. And we have to consider strongly what it is that means for us. What does invasion look like? We have to prepare the minds of our people for the likely impact of that invasion. And I don't think a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of Nigerians do not visualize, they cannot visualize this until it actually happens. And that is where the concern lies for me. That is where the concern lies, that we may think, some people are maybe saying, yes, it's fine. But I understand, at the same time, I understand where they're coming from. I understand that, people are going to say, oh, you know what, we need that help, bring on. America must help us. Of course, I understand. It is a natural thing to expect that, yes, okay, you know what, the US should help us, and we should, that kind of thing. We should accept the help. We should, all of that. I understand that, and I even I accept it. So we just have to continue to push along and actually continue to help each other through this process. I know I'm saying a lot of things that doesn't make a lot of let me just put that up there. I'm gonna like that, and I will follow. I think we need to bring people on board, and yeah. So we're trying to, what we're trying to do is raise awareness, basically, and we should do that, because what we are faced with, a lot of people may not realize it. It is a big concern. What we are facing right now is a huge concern, and it is something that we cannot ignore. It is not something that we just go, oh, you know what?
56.
1 second, please.
Perfect. By the end of September.
Okay. So, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Okay. So we need to see. There is a video that is going around at the minute. As you're watching, give us a thumb up. There's a video that's going on, and it is showing US. It is showing a map of the US, and an imprint of the flag of US on the Nigerian soil. That is, for me, that is propaganda, and it's sending. Anyway, we'll talk some more about it in detail. Let me just quickly do this. I want to try and get this to quite a few places if I can, and help and see people who can, see and get it to as many people as possible. So just bear with me. As you're coming in, share the broadcast. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We need to have this discussion urgently. We urgently need to have this discussion, because, oh, sorry, delete that. Everyone. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Just give me 1 minute, please, to make sure I get it right. So we are all, we have to really talk about this, and we will continue, because this thing will creep up on us, and we'll be thinking, oh, it's okay, and then suddenly we will recognize, because I don't think many people understand the enormity of what is to come. A lot of people don't understand how big this is. They don't understand that what we're saying is not just we're not just saying this out of the goodness of our heart and going, oh, we're thinking about how this will impact everyone, and I want to hear your views, and I want to hear comments from yourselves about it, and what your thoughts are. And please share the broadcast, share it far and wide. I saw the video of for Koiki's mom. Let me just do that again. Delete 1 second. Yeah, I condole with Yomi Koiki. She was part of the Yoruba struggle, and I will remember her. I've sent a message, but I'm going to talk with him in due course as well, because it's very important that we acknowledge one of our own that has, really take a significant stride in the struggle for Yoruba nation. So let me just do this. I'm just trying to put as many places as I can so that we can get going with the discussion. And also, we will talk again briefly about the Wike situation. We may touch on that. Quite funny, really. I think it's something that we need to talk about, because, to have both Wike, by the way, my take is both Wike and the oops, sorry, that one is too quick. Everyone, okay, let me just do it 1 second. Okay, yeah, that's it. So both Wike and Lieutenant General Yerima, they are both in the wrong, because they are using power. They are sort of displaying power, but of course, more so General Gambo or something, Gambo, Rear Admiral Gambo, who told Lieutenant General Yarima to go and defend his property. They should be they should be in the war front, rather than telling us, coming to defend the property inland. The job of the army, the military, and the navy and the air force is to protect the country, not working or operating within the country, in my opinion. So I'll talk more about that again briefly. But I just wanted to just bring this to as many as possible, and we can talk about it in a way that is going to be engaging, and hopefully we can all leave comments. I appreciate you. As you're coming in, please do share the broadcast. Give us a thumbs up, help us reach more people. We really do need your support. I'm gonna quickly just put the link for the page on there. Plus, I would like you to also help us share it and click on the link, tap on this on it, and let it go to as many people as possible. Just give me 1 second. Just want to make sure I got all of that. We'll put it in, and then we will begin. I always like to take time before I go fully in to make sure I've got cover all the bases as it were. I appreciate you. Once again, those of you watching, again on Facebook, thank you so much. We have over 350,000 followers, and please continue to share and subscribe to us. We really appreciate you. Where is it now? I'm trying to get this information to the right place. Am I in there? Am I in there? Yes, I am. Okay. So what I will do is, once this is done now, I can now begin the process. So there we go. I don't want that one just yet, but we will see how it goes. Let's see how this goes. I've got a bit of time. We're going to try and do a broadcast, maybe 2 hours, and we will see how it goes. Okay. Right. Greetings. So I'm just going to put in there. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay. So we're going to put it here. Then we can do. Okay, so now we're going to pin that message, and now we can begin. It does take time to set things up. It's not pin the message. So when people come on, we can get that message on there. Okay, thank you for understanding. Now we begin. So where is it again? I want to make sure I got that there. Make sure I've got, there's a particular thing I need to get up, which is to make sure we have the information on, what's it? Also, please, we need to start getting our people in our communities to defend themselves. The unaliving, this is what I mean. Anyway, we'll talk more about that again. I'll talk more about it, and you will see what I mean. So we're going to talk about that. Let me see if that comes up. It should come up. Okay, I've got it here. Good. And I probably have the Yoruba version as well. Have I got the Yoruba version? Make sure I get that up as well, so that we can do this in both in Yoruba. I'll talk about it in Yoruba, but I want others to really make sure that we know how to defend ourselves even in our local languages. Know that we have the rights to defend ourselves. And that message is very important, because a lot of people are unaware that that is a very important message that needs to be put across, so that our people can begin to defend themselves and not be afraid to defend themselves. Many people are afraid to defend themselves. But here we go. Now, with that said, we are now going to go live. Okay. Now we're going to go live on TikTok. Thank you for joining. Thank you for understanding. 1 2 1 2. I'll just check. Greetings. Good afternoon and welcome. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me all right. Good afternoon and welcome. Yeah, you can. Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Citizen LY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you for joining us. Please do share the broadcast. Today's broadcast, please tap on the screen, tap on share. Those of you on YouTube, Greetings and welcome. As you're watching, tap on the screen, give us a thumbs up, help us reach more people. Tap on the screen. We do need your support. Every time you tap, and it helps the algorithm to reach more people and to discuss what we are, the things that we're talking about, and how, and help us in actually reaching more people. So thank you very much for that. Thank you, and thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Again, we're still talking about the issue of the likely war that the US is going to bring against Nigeria. That is a concern. We do not want war on our land, and I'll tell you why. Any time that the US brings war to a place, it always brings death and destruction. Now, I know many people want it, and many people are calling for it, and I fully understand them. You know, I understand why there's a clamor for this. But we have to be very, very clear that if a war starts on our land, it is not a good thing. And what tends to happen is those who are saying they're coming to help us, they have their own agenda. Please help us reach more people. We need your support. Your support is crucial for us, and we are grateful for every single person joining us on both platforms. Go ahead, don't forget, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. You can help us reach more people. Greetings and welcome. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Today's topic, we are going to talk about what I saw. There is an agenda. Thank you very much for the thumbs up on YouTube. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. The agenda of the US. And many people are buying into the propaganda, not realizing that it is a danger. It is a real danger that we are not aware of. We cannot control what is being said and what they're going to do. What we want is for the Nigerian government. And also we want to ask, is the Nigerian government doing anything right now to address the issue of the bandits in every community? You know, that's a justified question that we can ask and we should ask. So let me just get the information here. I'm trying to get you. Why is it not moving? Beg your pardon. Okay, here it moves, but there it doesn't. Okay. I'm gonna just give me 1 sec, please. I'm trying to get you that information, and I thought it was available. Oh yeah, it is there. It is there. I just didn't. No. Okay. It's dancing around somewhat, but that's fine. I will get it. We'll get to it, no doubt. So we're just looking for the description of what I'm going to talk about, so that way we can now begin to talk about it. And from that point of view, the description of what the US are trying to do is very important. US propaganda, and we have to be aware of that. We have to be aware that there is a US propaganda going on, and they are trying to psychologically get us to support something that is going to be very harmful to our community. So let's put this here. So there is a video that I saw, and I want to play the video. I will play sections, maybe not all of it. Greetings and welcome. I will play maybe some of it, not all of it. I'll be playing sections of the video where you will see that there is a clear agenda, of propaganda to get the people on side. As we all know, the Nigerian government does not want the US to invade. So just to state that right off the bat, so that we know what's going on. Please do share. Tap on the screen, help us grow the platform. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. So you can see on the screen, those of you on YouTube, you won't be able to see it, but thank you for the thumbs up. We're live, but there's a picture and it says, take a look at US propaganda in play. Boko Haram are based in the north, yet the US flag is covering the south. Largely a lot of it is the South. But that's the thing. We don't even want the flag. Why should we be having a U.S. flag draped across the geographical location called Nigeria? If they were coming to help us, they should not be displaying their flag, and that is something that we need to address straight away. We need to confront that. Maybe somebody just said something. So greetings, greetings, greetings. Just trying to answer you as we are watching. Please do share the broadcast. There might be, I'll be doing the broadcast from a range of places, and do watch out for that, and it may come up. You will just see it. But anyway, in the coming days, do look out for that. So good afternoon and welcome to Season AY, the platform where we speak truth about. You look at this now. It says here, look on the map there. Those of you on TikTok, you can see that there's Boko. It says Boko Haram and all that. But then it shows you the U.S. flag on the way. And we don't want the U.S. on the soil, like I said. I don't. I know many do. So we cannot ignore that feeling. So when I come, when we bring people on the platform, we will talk about the strength of feeling. Certainly, a lot of people in the past few days that have spoken about this, a lot of people, even on ground, want the U.S. to intervene. There is no doubt about that. And that tells me something. It tells me that the people of Nigeria, who the government are supposed to be serving, instead of supporting the stance of their government, they are choosing the other side. They're choosing the side that the government doesn't support. And the reason why, and why they are justified to do so, is because they actually feel that the government has not supported or helped them. The government has not protected them. So it got to the point, it has got so bad that people now say, we can't trust the Nigerian government on anything. We cannot trust them. We don't know what they're going to do. And as a result of that, we rather go to somebody that we know they come to help. We are even willing to take the risk. We are willing to take the risk to let the U.S. come. After all, the other thing that people are saying is on ground, we are not, and I've had it on live broadcast, you've had it here, people are saying we are not benefiting from our resources anyway. So what's the point of having the resources? The government making promises to us that they were going to benefit from the resources, but we don't benefit from the resources, and there is no safety and security. But yet the government wants us to continue to support them. So these are legitimate concerns that the government need to address. There is a clearly, I don't think the communication section of the Nigerian government is factoring in a lot of what we are saying here. When a lot of people are saying we want the US to come in, it is telling us a number of things. And let's go through those number of things. It is telling us that the people, one, they don't trust their government. Flight chief, yes, Nigeria is better in the hands of is better in our hands. Really? Oh, in your hands. Are you a Nigerian flight chief? Because there's somebody saying, in the hands of who? Hang on, I want to see. Let me just go and read this flight chief. I'm trying to understand what they're saying. So, I'm just trying to see. Nigerians themselves are who I'm asking this question, and who I'm really talking to here. Okay, what's Nigerian point to? Exactly. So we are asking that question. Please share this broadcast and have this. Let's have this discussion, because I think it is something we need to talk about widely. It is very, very important that we do not allow for misunderstanding of the position of the people or misrepresentation of the stance of the people. When the government has said openly, we do not want the US to come, Freeman, yeah, and that's the thing. Good question you're asking, Freeman. and we will have to unite. We are working on that. We have to address that. We also, all of us have to understand that we have gone through a process of colonization. On the African continent, every single part of the African continent has gone through a deep process of colonization. That is to say, to turn us against ourselves on our soil and got us to completely accept what has been imposed on us by the colonials, from religion to education to politics to manufacturing, to you name it. It has gone to the point whereby we have been conditioned via this over hundreds of years of colonization to not trust one another. And we have to admit and really admit that to ourselves. Not to, what's the word? Not to sort of ignore the reality of where all of this damage came from, the colonials. But in admitting to ourselves that this is what has happened, now we will now have a common ground. So that when we now say, now what steps do we want to take to address this? Now we are able to now, go forward in that manner. There is no part of Africa that this colonization has not impacted. None. And that is why you see that as things are going on, people are just, a lot of Africans, we've lost faith in our own ancestral things, Yes, exactly. Samuel Nelson. Boko Haram was developed and sponsored by the West. It is very important that we all understand that. Boko Haram was, I like that statement. Let me try and see if I can I pin it anywhere? No, I support it. I'm going to pin that statement. Yeah. Boko Haram was. So I'm putting that there because you are so right. Fact. I will be bringing people on shortly, but I wanted to do something. I wanted to talk for a little bit, then I'll show you a video. And also, so that's the fact. Many of us need to understand that once we understand that the problems we're facing in Africa is largely caused by the colonials, and they are doing something to us. Hegelian dialectic. That is to say, they will create a situation, they will create a scenario, and once that scenario has started, they will now also provide a solution. Dream Coach said this. One of our avid supporters and followers here. Please go and follow Dream Coach. And she's right. She said, that is the vicious cycle that we're in. They make themselves the savior and they come and solve it. They did the same in Congo. Absolutely. Absolutely. The destabilization of Africa served the West. Please read about Berlin Conference. Thank you. Samuel Nelson, I have read Berlin Conference. I've spoken at length on here. In 1884, between September 1884 to February 1885, there was a conference, a Berlin Conference, headed by, what's this? There was a chancellor, the German, remind me, anybody know that name? Anybody know that name? In 1884, what was the name of that chancellor of Germany at the time? Anyway, he called the meeting in Berlin Conference. I'll go look for it quickly. I think I've done something somewhere about that. Where I have, let me see if I can bring it up, if I can dig it up again. It is somewhere on my platform. I've spoken about it a lot. Let me just see if I can find it here. I'll just do some check here. Where is it? Okay, no, not that one. So it'll come to me. There is, thank you, Otto von Bismarck. Thank you very much. To be great, Kenobi. Thank you. Yes, Otto von Bismarck. Now he set up that meeting in Berlin Conference, and 14 European countries were at the table, including United States and Russia. They were at the table. Now Russia was more an observer. The people driving a lot of the discussions were the Germans under Otto von Bismarck, the Belgians, because they were arguing and trying to cement their hold and their grip on what is now the Congo. They were trying very hard to lay that claim. And the reason why Berlin Conference came about was that when they first started finding about Africa and the resources we had, they started sending their, groups of Europeans, armed and everything else, to various parts of Africa. And everywhere they went, they conquered. But the problem was that when one European country conquered, the next one will come and displace the one that conquered. So if, for example, if Germany had taken a land somewhere, I don't know, say in Cameroon, for example, and then the French will come and push the Germans away, and then the English will come and push the French away, and then so it became okay, so that became a vicious cycle. So at that point, and also let me tell you, the World War I and World War II was largely about the colonies that they took over. But many people don't know that. Germany lost out in the First World War in the colonies that they took control of. And part of the reason they started the Second World War was to try and reclaim that back. But a lot of people don't know. That's another thing we'll talk about later on. So to try to put an end to this vicious cycle of one colonial coming in and taking it, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, to try and put a stop to it, they decided, okay, we were going to have a meeting. So at that meeting, then firstly they were signing treaties with each colony as they come along. You sign a treaty with us, you are with us. But they realized that the treaty they signed, because other European countries were not aware of that treaty, they just come and they will just rip it up. So now decided they're going to do a new kind of treaty that's going to be binding on all Europeans. So they were signed at that Berlin conference. The idea to now have a treaty that is binding. That is to say, everybody at the table from here on, from 1884, September 1884 onwards, anybody that colonizes any European of the 14 countries, including Germany, including Britain, including Belgium, France, UK, I think Poland, anyway, I'll give you the list of names of the countries, 14 in all. Like I said, Russia was merely an observer. And of course, the US as well was at the table. So what they were doing, Netherlands, thank you, yes. Netherlands were there, yes. The Dutch, of course, we can't forget the Dutch. The Portuguese as well, Portugal was there. The Spanish were there, So all of the 14 European countries were there. And so we're at that table, whilst they were doing, if you notice, September 1884 to February 1885, it's just a few months. Whilst that was happening, in the background, every country, all those 14 countries were scrambling. That is why it is called the Scramble for Africa. Those countries, they became NATO, yes. Those countries were scrambling for Africa. So that is why when you hear the word scramble, the scramble for Africa, let me see if I can put something up on here so we can I think it's good to educate each other a little bit about this. So that was where the term Scramble for Africa came from. Let me just put it up so you can see the Scramble for Africa. So let us put it up. My face will go away for a while, but I want to please tap and share. Those of you on YouTube, welcome. We appreciate you. You're listening to Season A, the platform where we speak truth to Africa and to power. So the Scramble for Africa. Now there you go. So there's even a book about it. So you see, it's actually an actual thing. So in the Scramble for Africa, let me just put this map up. In fact, I'll do this. We can talk about it from that point of view. So now we have this. I'll make it smaller because I want you to be able to see me when I'm talking about it at the same time. Can I do that? Yeah, I can make it smaller here. Okay. So we'll bring this down so we can now talk about this. So let's go into now. So the Berlin Conference was really about the Scramble for Africa. Pre-colonial states, such as Ajuran, Meran, and all that state, these were the names of nations. Areas controlled by Western European colonial powers in 1913. So you see that in Africa, of the 14, Belgium was controlling areas. So you can see the area now. Let me make that bigger. Can I make that bigger? I'm just trying to show you. So they were color coding the areas that they controlled. Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Portugal, Spain, United Kingdom, independent. So any way you saw, that was independent at the time. I think it was it Botswana or Swaziland? I can't remember which one is that one is, but we'll come back to it. Now, Scramble for Africa. Let's just read that through and see it's on Google. Let's just read it together. Scramble for Africa was the invasion, conquest, and colonization of most of Africa by 7 Western European powers, driven by Second Industrial Revolution. No, it's not. No, it's driven by greed. New imperialism. Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Portugal, Spain, and United Kingdom were contending powers. So you had me say that they were contending powers. Now, to be able to hold on to those areas, von Bismarck proposed that Ethiopia was the only free one. Yes, Ethiopia, yes. Otto von Bismarck proposed that the treaty that they signed now would not only be binding on the African countries, but it will be binding on all of the members that were in that meeting. So meaning that from here on, once you conquered Africans, i.e. people like myself, on their continent, you are now, you present that document to to other members. This is my territory. They've signed the treaty. Once you do that, once you do that, what happens is now no other country from one of those 14 countries is allowed to go and contest that territory from you. Please keep in mind, all of this was without the knowledge of Africans. I believe that there was 2 people that tried to go, 2 African kings that tried to go, but they weren't allowed to go into the meeting. They were prevented. So they were carving up Africa among themselves, which meant that we Africans were nothing more but mere chattel in their eyes that they could barter, they could trade upon. They could go, okay, we want this, okay, we take it, and in that way. You see what I mean? And that in itself is a horrifying feeling. Alone, it's just to think like that alone. It's crazy. So in 1870, right, 10% of the economy was formerly under European control. By 1914, this figure had risen to almost 90%. The only states retaining sovereignty were Liberia, Ethiopia, Egba. What's that? Yeah, Egba land in Nigeria. Exactly. This is a bit of history here. So this is I'm finding this is part of my history because my ancestors are from Egba land, my own ancestors. So So there we have that information right there. So there you go. So people were we are resisting heavily, heavily. So you see, when they tell us that, oh, colonization, we sold ourselves, we agreed. No, we resisted. And this is what we have to also let our people know. We resisted with everything that we had. You know, a lot of people seem to think that Africans don't have powers, but we had something more powerful than that: spiritual powers that controlled things, that even control weapons. But I will tell you more about that later on. So anyway, so you see Egba, Osa, Senusia, Mbunda, Ogande, and how Dervish State, Darfur Sultanate, Ovambo kingdoms. So you see that there was a lot of resistance, and that is very important for us to highlight as Africans. The notion that Africans did not fight colonialism is a myth. Yes, you heard me, MYTH. It's a myth, and we need to dispel that myth, because I am telling you that we fought, and our people, our ancestors resisted. They dervish, yeah, that's it. They resisted, at every step of the way. And even when it came to finally saying, okay, they've taken it over, there were things that they tried to protect. Give you an example. If a lot of in Yoruba land, for example, during that colonization, when they took so many of the people and they were and we were not allowed to develop naturally. Some of the people who were stolen were taken to Brazil. And what they thought was that once they take us away from our land, they will control us. Not a bit of it. In the Yoruba people started rebelling. They started turning to their spirituality. They started protecting, even though they forced them to become Christians. That is why today in Brazil, you will hear them say, they talk about Olodumare in Brazil. That is how deep they tried to destroy Africa. They tried to destroy Africans. But till today, they are still speaking Yoruba in Brazil. They worship Yemoja. So when people tell us, oh, you didn't fight, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, so the Berlin Conference regulated, you see, European colonization and trade Africa, and seen as emblematic of the scramble. In the last quarter of the 19th century, there was considerable political rivalries between European empires, which provided impetus for the colonization. The later years of the 19th century saw a transition from informal imperialism to military influence and economic dominance to direct rule. That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, let me just quickly highlight that section, the bit, because we need to understand this. I was telling you earlier on that when one came, the other one will take it, and they will be fighting and everything else. Once they signed that treaty, like I said, among themselves, now it meant that others cannot go in there. So even down to, whilst that was going on in Nigeria, for example, the George Goldie was rapidly trying to take over. There was a struggle there was a French man, I've forgotten his name, and George Goldie around the northern protectorate. So they were frantically trying to struggle as that conference was going on. Meaning that all of them, they were doing gentleman on the table in front of all of, oh yes, but behind the scenes, they were sending their people around. Conquer as many as possible, because once we sign it, it is ours. This is the real scramble for Africa. And we have to really understand that as Africans. But when they're telling us that we were just, what's the word? We don't know anything, or we didn't fight back. It is all lies. Everything they did was to not recognize us. We were not even allowed to even attend that conference to fight our case. We weren't. So it is so important that we understand what happened. Like I said, George Goldie was the one who they used to quell, to defeat the people of the in the kingdoms of Songhai and the other kingdom around, and then of course Oyo Empire, Benin, and then they don't brought the Northern and Southern Protectorate together, forcing them to sign treaties. Now, as soon what they did to all of those people, to all the a lot of kings refused to sign treaties. Jaja of Opobo, he refused to sign. He was sent packing. He was the one that they gave tea when they sent him to the West Indies. And even when he was there, he was creating problems for them. And then when he came back home, they didn't want him to come back to his place and start. So they gave him tea to unalive him. Yes. Benin Kingdom, Ovabare, he was banned from his own kingdom by the British. I'm giving you key examples, and in each of those cases, every one of those kings, they were made to become vassals, vassal kings in a treaty. So you say you are signing a treaty with the people. The minute the people signed the treaty, they became, from the king downwards, they became your slaves. What kind of treaty is that? What kind of treaty? So when people talk about, a lot of our history, a lot of people don't know the history that I'm saying here. And please, I encourage you all, go on Google, type in the Scramble for Africa, learn, read. We got to know what was done. We had great kingdoms. In Yoruba land, there is a place called Ishanu, Cave of Ashes. They found the body of a 30-year-old man that was over 100 and he was 30 years old in age when they dated it. But that had been in that place for, from what I understand, 130,000 years. Right? So when they are telling us that we have no history, please tell them that they are telling us lies. We need to wake up. I am so glad that my brother talked about Berlin Conference, because those are the kind of things that our children need to know. And you can see, as I'm saying it, everything I told you about they were scrambling is evidenced by what you see on the document that I present to you. Okay, so let's carry on. So they realized that they could not carry on with colonization. So what did they do? They started playing games. They started saying we are independent. But with that independence, we have to depend on them for trade. What is the point of you being independent if you are dependent on the people who colonize you for trade? Anything that you wanted to trade, you have to go through them. If you wanted to do anything, that you couldn't talk to anybody else without talking to, this is what I've done. The French did it, the UK did it, the Portuguese did it, till today. What am I saying? Africa is not free. That's the fact. That is the fact. And now they are taking over. I'm going to do a program about the Bourbon tree, Barba tree, I think it's called. And I'll come and talk to you about it. That is a new kind of silent colonization that we have to be aware of again, and what we have to do. The colonials cannot do without Africa. Everything they need is in Africa. And the danger as Africans, what we do not want to do, in the 50s when Jamaicans arrived in the UK, the church stopped them from coming back. Yeah, exactly. So we need to really understand that everything they need, that for any business or production or whatever, is in Africa. And we have to realize our true potential on the continent. We need to wake up. We have to wake up. And we need to unite, like my brother was saying. That's why I'm saying all of this to, you see, if you don't understand what was done, then unity becomes impossible. But once you understand what was done historically, and that and the impact of what was done on our entire society, only then can we begin to have that unity. And it's already started. That's why you can see places like Burkina Faso. And let me say something about Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, for example, salute to our great ancestor, Thomas Sankara. Salute. Great man. He renamed his country from Ouagadougou to the land of the upright man. What is happening in Burkina Faso now? What is happening in Burkina Faso? He named his land the land of the upright man. The actions of Ibrahim Traore is that of an upright man. Is that not so? Can you see the importance of naming yourself with intent? So they may have taken the life of Thomas Sankara, but look at Burkina Faso now. Are we all seeing Burkina Faso now? That's when every single part of Africa, as Africans, thank you very much, L.A. Prince, we need to take it back. We have to take it back. We must take it back and rename it. We can no longer continue to have colonial construct on the African soil. The colonials will not accept an African construct on the colonial soil. They will never accept it. So why should we? We shouldn't. It is that simple. Because we have to speak, the coming generation, we cannot bequeath them with enslavement, new colonization, brainwashing. No. We have to bequeath them with the real wealth of the land that belongs to them, to thrive in their own land, to build, to multiply. 33% of the land. People, what am I being told? Somebody's trying to block me. Somebody just flagged me now. They said I'm using, please, anybody, have I used any bad words on here? I've been very careful, but I am being flagged as I speak to you. But nonetheless, we will carry on. We will carry on. Yeah. So, let us, but anyway, so I'm just showing you this, but thank you very much for bringing that up. And I wanted to really highlight the need for us to know that history. But as I go along, so let me quickly read. Yeah, there you go. There you go. This man here, do you know who this man is? Cecil Rhodes. Cecil Rhodes. Right? Do you know where he comes from? Do you know where Cecil Rhodes comes from? He comes from United Kingdom. He comes from Bishopgate in the UK. Yeah, true story. Let me show you. And then he's laying claim to Africa. The very idea that somebody that has a known location, born in a particular place, goes to another continent and lays claim to the land and creates Land Reform Act to take over the land of the people. That's racism right there. Yes or no? Is that not racism? Let me show you where he's from. Let me show you where he's from. His home in the UK. Okay, let's go look for Cecil Rhodes. Okay, let's type that in. You can do this yourself. That is racism. Just the fact of that alone. So ancestral home in Bishopgate. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We need to, so when they talk about, he even took over the people to name other people's land, roads. That's where Rhodesia came from. Right, okay. In Bishopgate. Okay. Bishopsgate. Okay. Pick. It should come up. Let's have a look. Okay. There you go. Let me see if I can find it. I want to see the. Give me 1 sec. I'm just going to do this quickly. I want to try and find the home. There is a picture of this home. There you go. There you go. That's it. So let's go there. So that is Cecil Rhodes' home. Yeah? In the UK, in Bishopsgate. Okay? And yet, the man now strides across an entire continent with people. Yeah? Full of people. I'm telling you now, that very act is a racist act. It is a bigoted act. Because here his home, if you can still no. Sorry, that's in that's I need to find that's in South Africa. I need to find the Bishopsgate one. I'm sorry, that's in South Africa. Let me find that for you. I'll come if I don't find it now. I don't want to get sidetracked because you can say no, that's in Cape Town. There is one. Beg your pardon. He's in Bishopsgate. Let me see if I can find that in another way. I'll do that search in the background. But the point I'm making in all of this is that he comes from the UK. And there he is now straddling Africa and saying, you see with the picture, and saying that is Africa belongs to him or his generations. So many of you Africans, when you are saying that, oh, you will hear about the Cecil Rhodes Scholarship, you don't know what you are accepting. You don't understand your history. Because if you know your history, there is no way you are going to accept this. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, as you're watching, give the platform. We do a lot of research, and we want to bring that to you. We want to bring as much information to as many Africans to wake us up psychologically. We are asleep. We are asleep psychologically. There has been a lot of damage that has been done, but we are not going to allow that damage to paralyze us. And that's exactly why the psychological damage was done, to paralyze you to accept an unjust. But once you are waking up, thank you, to be great, Kenobi. I appreciate you, my brother. I will bring panel on. We will start talking in a short while. But I wanted to just say this because I'm trying to bring you need to know all of this. We have to know this fact. I will get that picture out. I remember having it somewhere. It's in Bishopsgate. So, but anyway, I'll park that for 1 minute. But the thing is, we have to understand that every single European South African, they benefit from his actions till date. Because in South Africa, because of the actions of what he did in South Africa, of taking the land, people who were on their land had to go and find money to be able to prove that the land was theirs before they could vote. Many couldn't do it, they couldn't vote. He took 80% of the land that belonged to the people and gave it to 88%, gave it to 8% settlers. And the settlers now have been turned to South Africans. And they still own 72% of the land that belongs to Africans. For as long as that is the case, racism will persist. It is that simple. For as long as no amount of talking can get rid of the injustice, we have to address that. And the only people that can solve that problem are Africans collectively. It's not one or two of us. It's all of us. And that is what we need to be aware of. So, but I will come back and talk some more. This topic, if I go deep into it, we can go into quite a big area. But I wanted to just give you an idea. But let's go back to the main topic. So I'll come back. Let's go back to the main topic. And why I'm talking about this now. So let's go back to the main topic again. Bring that back up. Okay. So now we are about Nigeria. We're talking about Nigeria and the US. So if you notice, look on the map of Nigeria and what is imprinted on it. It says, you can see the US flag there. That is a subliminal message. They are masters. The colonials are masters of subliminal message. When they put it out to reach as many people as possible, the message is what you're seeing, you have to accept it, and you then have to even support it. And that's what I saw a program yesterday on somebody's platform, and they were talking about, look, this is what they were going to do, and they didn't dissect the message that was being sent. And the person wasn't asking questions. Fine, you say that we are. Let me just say thank you to La Prince for, and please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. That's the best way you can help us. And of course, give us gifts as you're watching this platform. Please tap on the screen, help us grow the platform. We really do need your support. And when I play this video shortly, you will see that it is pure propaganda. But even, this is what I'm saying, even the way we watch that propaganda, many who are not aware are silently accepting the message within that propaganda. And that is what I am trying to really address here, so that we begin to know that what is being placed before us is a way to subliminally get us to accept that what we see before us is inevitable. The Hegelian dialectic, again, that these people are the ones who are going to solve your problem, and you have to accept it. Unless we do this deep psychological work of reawakening who we are, we will not be able to challenge it. So I'm saying this before you play, because I don't want you to think when I'm playing this, oh, he supports that. No. But I'm showing you that they do this work in our faces. They literally are telling us what they are going to do, how they are going to do it, and they are getting us to psychologically accept it because of the groundwork that the terrible work that colonization has done to our entire society. And that is really important for us to understand. It is so, so important for us to understand. So now let me play the video for you. And I'll chip in as I go along on sections of it. So here we are. Let me see. So listen to this.
Long regional lines. Military force, all in the video ahead. Nigeria is divided roughly between Muslims and Christians, primarily along regional lines. The northern part of Nigeria is predominantly Muslim, with approximately 50 to 55% of the population adhering mostly to Sunni Islam, while the southern and southeastern regions are majority Christian, comprising about 45% to 35% of the population. Boko Haram, an Islamist militant group, is primarily based in northeastern Nigeria, specifically in Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa states. This group adhered to ISIS strategy and will eliminate everyone, whether Muslims or Christian, that does.
Please, as you are watching this, let me just for a second. Please, as you are watching this, the actions of the US. Somebody said, that's why I pinned the message by somebody earlier on. Let me see if I've got the message. Let me see if I've got the message. The message earlier on. As you are watching this, keep in mind that the same people who are coming to rescue are the same ones providing the weapons used by BH and others. Very important point to make. The same people who are trying to provide solution to the problem. Oh, sorry. Hi, sorry. Keep in mind, I just wanted to just show you that. Keep in mind, I need you to really understand that the same people who are offering solution, i.e. we will come and help you, they are the same ones who are providing the weapons to Boko Haram, to BH, I should say, and all of the and ISWAP and all of that on ground. The same people. We need to understand. So when you are looking at this video, understand that this is how propaganda works. They are aiding you. They're telling you we're coming to help you. They're making all that noise. But in the forests, in those areas that they pointed out, there are NGOs, and I want to say this, every African country should ban, if we are serious about ending colonization, ending all this forever wars on our continent, there should be no NGOs on the soil, on African soil. Send them packing. Because the NGOs, in the guise of we are coming to help you, they're not there to help you. They're there to help to ensure that the terror groups carry out serious damage to your communities. These NGOs, they can walk into a forest, any part of Africa, talk to these terror groups, hand them weapons, come back out alive. The people in that community cannot do the same. They get unalived. That's the reality. So I'm showing this so that those who are watching, and I fully understand why people are saying they must come, but I'm telling you that you need to understand that those who are telling us, oh, we're coming to rescue you, they are the ones who created the problem. But let's watch on. Let's watch on.
Does not follow their rule of law. Sadly, most of the victims are their fellow Muslims brothers too. Let's look at their bases. Boko Haram's strongholds are mainly found in northeastern Nigeria and the surrounding Lake Chad region, which stretches across the borders of Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. Among the most significant strongholds is the Sambisa forest in Nigeria. This vast remote forest has historically served as Boko Haram's primary headquarters and training ground, providing a concealed base for planning attacks and sheltering fighters. Another critical area is the Lake Chad Islands. These swampy, difficult-to-access islands offer natural cover, making them ideal hideouts for militants. They function as logistics hubs and supply depots, allowing Boko Haram to move men and material across borders with relative ease. Further, the rugged terrain of the Woza Hills along the Nigeria-Cameroon border acts as a strategic fallback zone. Here, Boko Haram maintains camps and lookout posts using the landscape to evade military operations. Finally, around the town of Bama in Borno State, Boko Haram has established logistical and command centers. This area plays an essential role in coordinating their operations and sustaining the insurgency in the region. But why is the Nigerian government unsuccessful in defeating Boko Haram? They face various problems from lower budgets, manpower, to geography. The group operates in remote, difficult terrains like forests and swampy Lake Chad Islands, which are hard for the military to access. Nigeria's armed forces often struggle with outdated equipment, poor training, and logistical issues, limiting their effectiveness. Intelligence gathering is difficult because Boko Haram uses guerrilla tactics and small-scale attacks to avoid detection. Additionally, poverty, unemployment, and weak governance in the northeast allow Boko Haram to recruit easily, with some communities mistrusting government forces due to corruption and previous abuses. The group's cross-border operations require regional cooperation, which is often slow and complicated by sovereignty concerns. Human rights concerns and security force abuses have also eroded public trust, making it harder for the government to gain community support. Let's take a closer look at how the U.S. would go about targeting Boko Haram. First, they'd establish naval and air dominance, a naval task force made up of aircraft carriers, destroyers, and amphibious ships.
Now, you can see, I don't think I want to play the whole thing because that's, I just wanted to just make a point of what you're seeing. You saw the flags, you saw everything. It is a way to get you, and a lot of people are ground. You're confirming what they're doing. Please just understand. It is a way for them. When they will tell you exactly what they're going to do. They will paint it in such a way that you are going to really just think, yes, they're coming to help us. But don't forget, Scott Perry of the senator in US said the USAID fund was being used to fund Boko Haram as far back as 2016, maybe even earlier than that. I want you to think about what that means. How many communities has been destroyed by that? How many? How many communities has been destroyed by the USAID since 2016? Because they've been having discussions. NGOs. How many? So when the same USA is now telling you, we are coming to solve your problem, who created the problem is the question that we should be asking. The person who created the problem, do you think they are going to give you a viable solution, or are they going to give you an illusion of solving the problem? That's the question we need to ask. So I am showing this video because a lot of us tend to think that what they tell us is what they will do. The colonials have shown us from time immemorial, even back to Berlin Conference. They say they are signing a treaty with our kings. The minute they signed the treaty, our kings became vassal kings. Do you know what vassal means? Let me show you. Let me show you. 1 second. Do you know what vassal means? Let's look at the root word of vassal. Okay. So, vassal. So, whatever that you enter into means nothing. See, they don't. Why am I being suspended? Can you please stop? They keep trying to ban me. It doesn't matter. I'll keep carrying on. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me tap on the screen. Tap, tap, tap. The more you tap, the more, anything they're trying to do, we will overcome. Please tap on the screen. Please. Now, so a vassal is a person who has sworn loyalty and service to a lord or monarch in exchange for protection and land, particularly in a feudal system. Every treaty that was signed and it was imposed on African kings made them vassals. The kings that did not sign were deposed. Ya Ashantewa of Ghana, Jaja of Okpobo, I could go on. This is what they are doing. I know people want the US to come and help, but I'm telling you, since 1884 to date, the principle of domination and exploitation has never changed. Never. And it will not change. It will not change. It will not. Now, how do we solve this? Is the question we should be asking ourselves. Yes, we need help. But what kind of help is the question we should be asking? Please tap on the screen. If you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and do so now. I really would appreciate you going to YouTube. Go ahead to YouTube, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube right now. Help us grow the platform. We've got about a few thousand. We want to get to like 10,000, something like that. Please, the more you do this, the more you help us tap on the screen, and also go and subscribe right there. And we welcome gifts as you're watching. And we do a lot of research, and we would be grateful if you can, if you find it in your heart to give gifts to for the work we're doing, to encourage us to do more and continue to awaken our people. And we really do appreciate you joining us on this broadcast. You are, of course, listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please tap and share and help us grow the platform. Keep tapping and sharing. And thank you to those of you that have gifted the platform. We really appreciate you. So, you see now that the kings, those who see themselves, and this is what the puppets, the presidents now, what do you think the presidents in Africa are? I'll give you a clue. It starts with a V. You dig? Yeah, that's what they are. Oh, they're president. It's shiny. I'm president this, I'm president that. It's shiny. They're nothing more than vassals, because let's go back again to remind each other. Let me find that for you. 1 second. Yeah, that's it there. Because a vassal is a person who has sworn loyalty and service to a lord or monarch in exchange for protection of land, and particularly in a feudal system. They've sworn allegiance to those who handpicked them to govern those countries in Africa. Vassals. That's what they are. Ibrahim Traore is a true leader. He's a true leader of his people. He's not a vassal to anybody. Assimi Goïta is not a vassal. General Chiani is not a vassal. And what is the system trying to do? Trying to get rid of them. You see the difference? Do you see the difference? Please tap on the screen and share. Help us grow the platform. Give us thumbs up on YouTube, and we welcome super chats as well. We are sharing very important information for us to be able to understand the difference and to see how they're playing that propaganda game. They play so well that those of us Africans who think we are seeking solution to the problem will often run to the very people who created the problem. And then we wonder what happened. Because that's what they've done. We've been psychologically programmed. We have to break free from that program as Africans. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do. 1 second. Let me have some water. Yeah. So there is a lot of work that we have to do here. It is very, very important that we understand a game that's been played. Look, believe me, I'm not saying, don't get any help. Yes, we need help. But what kind of help do we need? What kind of help? Because many of our leaders are nothing more than vassals. Even now. The conditions on which they take up being the president of African nations is on the basis that they follow the continuation of trading. Let me show you that thing. Let me show you that thing. What was it again? I'm trying to show you something. Because this is the basis of what they're doing. International trade and all of that. These are all just euphemism for you will do trade the way we want. You will not speak to another colonial other than me. This is a continuation of colonization. Pure and simple. If you haven't got 1 second, where is it? Where is it? If you haven't got Kwame Nkrumah's Neocolonialism, please get it. It tells you that was why they got this, why they didn't want him there. He knew what Africa needed to do. He no longer wanted to be a vassal of the West. That's why they got rid of him. Thankfully, we have Ibrahim Traore. He's showing us what to do. We have Assimi Goïta. We have General Chiani. And we have the lady of, I think it's Botswana. Is it Botswana? It seems as though she's doing the right thing. I'm quite glad. So, please, what we are saying now, Africa needs help. But that help has to come from within Africa. Anybody outside saying they want to help you, they are only in it for themselves. Let us be very clear. They are only in Namibia. Yes, okay, yes, Namibia. Thank you very much, Nation Lover. Yes. So, now, please, again, get a screenshot of this book. Kwame Nkrumah, Neocolonialism. Very good book. I read it from end to end. It's the first edition thing I think I have, yeah. But you see, it was withdrawn when they realized, when they were first promoting it, guess what it says in there? Let me see. You can't see that. Can I? I don't know if you can see that word. I'm trying to try and show. No, it won't show. Okay, you can't see it. But anyway, it says withdrawn because they didn't want it in circulation. Because they realized that the information in it was a threat to their plans. So they were trying to ban the spread of the book. Now, let me read something in there. I think, did I fold one section? Because there were key areas I read here. Now, let me see. Anyway, it's a very good book. I read it end for end. And this is perhaps one of the books that actually made me realize what is going on. You need to be watching anything that you heard. You have to listen to what has been said and then go back and then break down what you saw and then link this in your mind to start seeing. You will start seeing what is really what the game is. A very good book. Please get it. I will read SAP. In fact, I'll do this now. Primary resources, chapter 6, primary resources and foreign interest. American and European companies connected with the world's most powerful banking and financial institutions are with consent of African governments entering upon major projects designed to explore new sources of primary products. In some cases, these allied and long-term ventures for the establishment of certain essential industries. In the main, however, they are confining themselves to the production of materials in their basic or secondary stages with the object of transforming them in the mills and plants owned and run by the exploiting companies in the metropolitan lands. What does that tell you? Okay, it means they are intent on ensuring that in Africa, you do not have any manufacturing base whatsoever. That all you will be doing is producing resources, bare resources, for them to go and process in a completed fashion, in a completed manner in Europe and America and everywhere else, and then sell it back to you at twice the price. Meanwhile, without you producing that resources to them, they can't do it. Very good book. Please get it. I'll be reading, and what I'm going to be doing, I'll start reading sections of it before I do a show sometime. I might do a section whereby I will just be reading the books because I want people to listen to what is being said. We need to really understand. Now, about solution again, going back to solution. First place to seek solution is within ourselves as Africans. I need you to know that the solution to our problem is within us as Africans, not outside. The Bible tells you to look out for help. The Quran tells you to look to Allah for help, but no. The solution is inside. We need to go in our DNA. Our ancestors left very important messages. Meditate. Let's begin to meditate. Group meditation. And then the solution, we start working towards the solution in that way. We start looking at our communities, how we can work together within communities, because that is the only way. That's the lasting solution. The solution of somebody coming in, parachuting themselves in. Look, we've helped you. It's a smoke screen. The long-term solution is what we're looking for. We are looking for long-term solutions, not short-term. Long-term solutions. Solutions that will mean that the generations to come after you, they will be saying your name, going, ancestor, wow, thank you for your insight. You are so right. Ancestor, your ancestor, African ancestors. I'm sorry, many may not like what I'm saying, but I'm saying it. Only us can solve our problems. Just like the resources in Africa belongs to Africans. Only Africans can solve that problem. If we do not think from that basis, from that point of view, we're not going to be doing much. We'll be going around in circles. We will forever remain in the Hegelian dialectic. Let me put the word up for you to read up again on. Hegelian dialectic, okay? So, Hegelian dialectic. Let me see. Dialectic. Let me see if I got it right. Sorry. Let me see if I got it right. The wording can be a bit off sometimes. Yeah, that's it. Hegelian dialectic. So let's go and read that up quickly. Where is it? I'm trying to find you the real meaning. In simple meaning. Okay. A philosophical process through the conflict, where an idea is challenged by its opposite, and then the two are resolved into a new complex and understanding synthesis. What they are not really telling you, I'll find a better breakdown of it. But that is what they are doing. They've created a problem. What's the problem? BH. For how long has the problem been? Forever. 2009. All of that. Right? Now they now come with the solution. Who's the solution? Again, from them. But they dress it up in a way that they make you want to believe in that solution, and you believe in it. That's the Hegelian dialectic. Okay? So, anyway, I'm putting that up so that we understand what's been on. Please continue to tap on the screen and share. Help us grow the platform. We welcome gifts. Don't forget, go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube also. Thank you very much. Now, so what I'm saying now is about the solution. Now, once we start, because the idea now, we have to build trust in our communities. You see those lines that they drew, that you see in the map of Africa. Let me see. And if you go and look at the map of, there are lines that they've drawn. Do you know that they've not actually drawn that map in reality? They haven't drawn it. You can't see that map in reality on ground in Africa. Thank you very much. To be great, Kenobi. Thank you. You can't see, you won't see it on the land. But where is the map most powerful? Where is that map most powerful? I know. It's in our minds. I tell you why. You know the Tanzanian woman, Suhulu, who is a busy, most horrible person. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that they are doing. She's doing this to our own people, all for power. And if it will come out later, you will see that she's a puppet again. But anyway, the line between Tanzania and Kenya is non-existent. You can walk across. You can walk across. There is no line. That line is in our minds. Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, Ghana. They've placed the lines in our minds, cutting across our African kingdoms. It is such a vivid, subliminal message that we, even if we don't see the line, we will not go past that line. Yeah. That's what they've done. Even if you don't see that line physically, in your mind it is so real, you will stand by that line. And what is worse is it will inform your actions. That is why we need to really break out of this colonization. We have to break free from it. It's a work we have to do individually, collectively. So now that so it's about uniting as a community and knowing and start trusting that we have the solutions. There is no problem that we cannot solve. We have to remember we are the fourth people of this planet. How did we build the pyramids? How did we build the mounds, the largest earthworks on earth of the Benin Kingdom? How did we build the Zimbabwean castle without any cement? How did we build so many things on the African continent? You know that the wall of the Benin, before it was destroyed by the colonials, was the longest on earth, longer than the wall of China. You know that? I kid you not. Let me dig that for you. We have to know that there is no problem that we Africans cannot solve. Thank you. Our existing is not created by prayer, it's by work, eating and using our brains properly. Wow. Let me give you a round of applause. I'm going to bring you in. Yes, that's what we need. We need to think in that way. So, nature lover, I'll bring you in shortly. I'm going to bring others in. I think I need to bring you in. I normally go, energy is about energy, and we need to start reading energy. There's energy around us that can help us. We are not tapping into it because we've been conditioned not to see or feel. It's about feel and knowing. Greetings. Greetings. Welcome, my brother.
Yes, so
Yeah, welcome.
always feeling you, man.
Thank you. What would you like to say? Briefly? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the teaching, man. We keep the teaching.
Okay.
We have to teach each other. I'm still a student of learning.
Same here. We must all learn.
I can never complete this school. I always learning. I'm always student.
Yeah.
We one thing is that we keep learning. These people, it's not easy. 400 years plus they take to do this to us. It's not gonna be 1 year thing. We have to use equally 400 years to deconstruct all that they put on us. You know, it's not easy. But like I said, all this behavior, like the other time you were saying, look, you cannot sit down and they just bring something. Okay, one question I want to ask is that I must be frank here, and we have to actually take the thing straight into their eyes. I don't care where I am. Like, these white people, my own experience, let me tell you, these people, let's be real and speak truth to them in front of them. I do not care about them. For real. They don't like us. Let me just use the word, they don't like us. And they want resources. And one question I want to ask is, if somebody don't like you and you have something that person wants, do you think, my question is, do you think somebody who don't like you will like to be in heaven with you? Which God are you praying to? Tell me, how can your enemy pray the same God with you? At the end of it, they don't, in first place, they don't even like you here. Do you think if that God is really true God, do you think they will introduce it to you? That's the question I always want to ask every African. Just, you think the white person, if he really know the heaven he preached to us over there, bring it to our ancestors, force it on them. Do you think if this heaven is real, do you think they will even like to give it to us? This is a question you should ask yourself as a human being. The engine, how to make engine, how to make plane. Look at even Sahel. When they try to actually dig into their reality, look at how they are behaving. So do you think these people want us to really have something that is good? Because anytime we have anything good, these people will stand on our nerves. Anytime we have a good leader standing for his people and they feel threatened. So won't you think like, okay, how come when these people bring a religion to us? How come? Is this religion actually helping us?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you are talking about religion, people don't understand it. They say, oh, religion is not a problem. It is the problem. Because, let me tell you, no matter what, you are taking orders from the Pope in where? In Italy. No matter what, you are taking orders from Saudi Arabia. So tell me, so if you are telling me that religion is not a problem, how can we break away from them when you still have these ties with them? Tell me. Those people that when you are talking about religion, they come here, they say, yes, religion is not the problem. And let me tell you something. The way the Arab behave, that is the way our brothers Muslim behave. The way the Christian behave, that is the way the European behave. If you want, I can name all of them to you. That is why they put our names, those who are Christians, they bear the European names. and those who are the Arab side, they bear the Arab names. Even the way we dress, the way the Christian dress is like Europeans. The way the Islam dress is like the way
You on stream?
the Arab dress.
Text me.
Brother, so who are we? Even look at our languages. What the Europeans speak, that's what we also speak. What the Arabs speak, that's what the Muslims speak. They teach them. So is this God? Tell me. I mean, like, citizen, tell me all this. So when you are talking to somebody, tell you that religion is not a problem, and then at the end of every year, they let us go to pilgrimage. Okay, they let us go to pilgrimage. That pilgrimage, let me tell you, why. We are actually worshiping these people, ancestors. I'm telling you. Huh? Do you know in the African tradition, let me tell you, every year they have the African, those who still practice the African tradition, every year they always have a sacrifice to their God. Okay? That is the same thing the Christianity. That's what they do in Israel and in Mecca. Okay? They go and sacrifice. Meanwhile, this God is not even helping them. Because that God, those gods don't even recognize them. You see how they push our brain to something that is not us. They know we are not benefiting anything. We will never know anything about it. That's why, okay, tell me, how many times have you ever seen a black person become a pope? How many times?
Never.
So, man, you think, tell me, you think the European will let the black person go to that Vatican and know all the secret? Because if you become a pope, you have to know all the secret.
Exactly. Exactly.
These people, I do not understand, my brothers and sisters, man. Sometimes I just don't understand it. So if we don't break away from these people, how are we going to become human beings? For now, citizen AY, including myself, we are not human beings though. We are man-made. We are man-made. We are Arabian-made and then European-made. We African, we are not even African. We are not human beings. We are Arabian-made and then European-made. I tell you, until we actually change to the African. That's why you see, because we are praying to those gods, they make us forget our own. The gods, their gods that we are praying to, they rather wicked us and make us think like our forefathers' way is evil. Our forefathers' way is the baddest one. Our way of worship, we don't even believe in God. We believe in Satan and all that. So that's why you see our fellow Africans stand and condemn his own father. His own father behavior. That village, they are still killing a fowl for this. That village, they are still killing. So are you stupid? What you are doing, is it African? The halak obaru you are talking, is that even your language? First place. Why is it that they ask you always end the prayer with halak obaru? Why should they ask you to end the prayer with that language? Do you understand? Why should the Christian always ask you to end the prayer in the name of Jesus? Have you ever sit down and think once? Why are we so? Citizenship is very hard job. You are doing good. Some of us, we cannot have the patience to do it, honestly. Because when you know all this, some people are still arguing. I don't understand, brother.
Yeah, I agree.
Really doing good job, but me, I have.
Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you.
I will follow my ancestors. I tell everybody, hey, let me tell you something. I don't believe in those kind of superstitious believing in veins. I don't believe, because I'm not Arabian. Let me tell you, when I give birth to my children, I tell them, hey, none of you are not Arabian. Even I ask them the question, they themselves know. They want to take some, because the other people take the European name, they want to also take the European name. I ask them the question, are you a European? They say no. They themselves say no. I say, okay, why should I put you European name? They understand.
Yeah.
You understand? So like,
exactly.
I don't
get
it. Even if my children can understand that. And you, as a grown-up man, a professor in university,
Yeah.
you believe in this, and you are telling me you are smart. What kind of smart are you? You are educated.
Yeah, it's very true.
Eh?
No. Well said. Well said. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
my
you so
goodness.
much. I'm so glad. Thank you for your the words you said. I hope many of us are learning, and like you said, we are all learning. Even I am learning. I'm finding out as much information as possible. Well, we cannot individually. We cannot really achieve what we aim to achieve for our continent, but collectively, we can move anything we want. It has to be a collective effort. We need to continue to bring a lot of information. Others will go into specific areas. Like another guy I was speaking to from Liberia. He spoke about psychology and the way he talked about it. I want to bring him back on to really help us in that area, because the psychological damage that has been done via that colonization has done to us is incalculable, is immeasurable. Thank you so much, nature lover. It's so important. I'll bring other people on as we speak, as we go along. Now, I said to you earlier on, I wanted to show you the birth home of Cecil Rhodes, and I always like to keep my word. So that is his home there, Bishop Stutsford in UK. So when they are telling you stories about, let me see, how can I make it bigger? I'll go away off the screen for a minute. I just want you to see. There you go. Cecil Rhodes family home in Bishop Stutsford. Yeah, Bishop Stutsford, sorry, Hertfordshire, was Nextwell House, South Street. He was born in 1853. The property was the birthplace of the prominent imperialist. Prominent. They even celebrating the fact that he is an imperialist, and is now known as Bishop Stutsford's Museum. So that is his ancestral home in Bishop Stutsford. And one day I might even do a program and just do it from there. Just so when they're telling you, oh, I'm from South Africa, and this is the genesis of it, so that people understand. I do this because we need to know what's been done. We need that information shared. So when somebody's saying, oh, don't look at the past, if you don't look at the past, we cannot solve the problem. If you do not study what was done in the past, we can't fix the problem, is what I'm telling you. So just keep that in your mind, that when they're telling you, oh, just forget it. Every time they tell you to forget it, they don't want you. They don't want you to keep the foundation that they have built upon the enslavement, the looting of our resources. They don't want you to take away that entire foundation to free yourself. So we need to do research. We have to do that research, and this is not about hate. To be our true selves as Africans, we need to reconnect with our ancestors. Why is our stuff? Why are our ancestral artworks and the things they did and carvings, why must we see it behind a glass in Europe? Why? Ask those questions. It is not acceptable. You cannot tell me that you are not operating racism, and then yet my stuff that belongs to my ancestors, you're putting it behind a glass wall, and I have to pay money to go and see it. Something that belongs to me. That's racism right there. That is racism right there. But, and when you try and you cannot, and those who are not suffering from this, who have not gone through this effect, they cannot tell you how to feel about what you have been put through, what you and your people have been put through. They don't have that right, and we will not give them that right. We cannot. So it's really important to do the work. So I just bring that. I will still touch on Berlin conference in a great deal later on. I don't want to get sidetracked from the main issue. But again, there's a book I would also again recommend for you to get. This book here, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, Dr. Joy DeGroy. Now, I know it is specific to America, but believe you me, when I read this book, the Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, when I read it, I understood that is what we've been going through in the African continent. Give you an example. Let me pick up a place here. pick up a place. Let me just read one of the things that he talked about. And did I fold anything? Oh, I've read it, but then it says here. I'm trying to find something that I can read here. Yeah, so for example, it says here life and death. Again, in African American account of approximately 12% of the nation's population, we are dying at a disproportionate rate. African Americans have a life expectancy rate of 5 to 7 years less than that of whiteys. African American infant mortality rates are over twice that of whiteys. African Americans per capita lead the nation in the number of deaths caused by heart disease, diabetes, so on and so forth. And it's due to what was happening, the generational prevention of those to actually exist as a human being on this planet. The same thing applies. Poverty in Africa is man-made. You know? Exactly. If you don't know the history, how will you know where you're going? Thank you very much, my brother. So these are really important points. Now, I'm saying all of this. I'm showing you all of these things here. I'm showing you these ones here because I want you to know that we have solutions. Now, going back to solutions, you know, I said at the beginning, we start off with going inwards into ourselves, into our communities, have engaging discussions. All of this, keep in mind, must be in our local languages. And so, èdè yín, ìyanjú ọ̀rọ̀, ìtọ́sọ́nà láti yanjú ìṣòro ó wà nínú èdè yín. I'm speaking in my language purposely, deliberately, because I want you to do that in your own community. Your solution, our solution to the problems that we face cannot be from the people who created the problem, who want to pretend as though they are solving the problem. We must own all of this. We must solve the problem by ourselves, collectively, from our communities. So we start with communicating among ourselves in our community. For too long, the colonial structure has made us, put us in a state of inertia. What does inertia mean? Let me find the word for you there. Let me get the word out. Because you see, if you can start linking, once you start linking your state of mind to what has been done, maybe that will prompt us collectively to take action to solve the problem. What is inertia? A state of inertia. Because that is what we are doing when we are following these religions, I believe. Inertia. Okay? So, it's a property of matter that resists changes in its state of motion. An object that will rest and stay will stay at rest. An object in motion will stay in motion with the same velocity unless an external force acts on it. The concept is famously described in Newton's law. Now, in a physical sense, we are in a state of inertia in our minds. We have a problem. Oh, somebody else will solve it. We're not bold enough to say, I'm going to, you know. Okay, yes. Okay, I'll let you, yeah. What's it called? Nature lover, I'll come back to you. We are in a state of mind where we feel powerless. We feel powerless unless somebody comes and do something. But we need to be not in a state of powerlessness, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do, you know? We are trying to wake us up to begin to take action, collective action. We have to free ourselves, you know, and the only way we can do this is by doing discussions like this, where we have a lot of discussions that will wake up a lot of people. Now, the actions we would have to take following our state of our awakeness, that's a different matter altogether. But first of all, to be able to take any action, we need to be aware psychologically. And I'm afraid too many of us are not aware psychologically. You know, I'm not sure what Dolly Baby means there, but I can bring you on. Anybody wants to speak? If you want to speak, I'll throw you an invite if you want to speak. But like I said, the focus right now is to make sure that we start looking into our communities. And I'm literally mean the communities now in Congo, in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Botswana, in Tanzania. We don't look outward for our solution. We look in our communities because the solutions are there if we look hard enough. So what do I mean by that now? Okay, so we're going to go a bit more. Sorry, let me go back to Nature Lover. Go ahead, Nature Lover. You want to say something? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll mute you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you again. I want to tell the listeners and you that my idea, we should, from now on, we should focus more on science than prayer and all those kind of spiritual things, okay? Because, like I said, if you want to go to America, you cannot just sit down. Prayer is not the one that can send you to America. Let's be honest, and I'm talking in a real situation. Let me tell you, if you want to go to America, you have to make money. First of all, we call it preparation. You have to prepare. You have to inquire and prepare. Try. Okay? By moving yourself. It is not by sitting down and praying that Jesus Christ come and help me or Muhammad come and help me. Okay? Let's be real. When you are sick,
Yeah.
when you have a stomach ache, brother, I'm just giving them the differences so that we should actually think twice. If everybody go, think twice. If you don't think scientifically,
Yeah.
and you are thinking religiously or God, so-called European gods, let me tell you, you have to think scientifically. Okay? If you are sick, and then you want to get killed, let me tell you, if you sit in your room and you are praying, do you know that you are going to die?
Exactly.
If you want food to eat, if you don't get up and walk, my brother, you are going to rotten in that room.
Yeah.
If you want water to drink, if you want water to drink and you don't get up and get water and you sit down pray in the name of whoever, my brother, no word of that nature can help you on this planet. I tell you the truth. Let me tell you, in fact, Africa should make science as a religion for all of us. Science should be our religion and not any Arabic or any European belief. They themselves don't even believe that. They believe in science. So they should say that they should stop that kind of, what will I do? What will I do? So if I stop the religion, what will I do? That's what some of them say. What will you do like what? Even if some of your grandparents can do something in the village, go and learn from them to protect. The real spirituality is in your ancestors, not anybody ancestor. Even if you want to learn the spirit, your brain. And also another thing is we have subconscious and conscious. Okay, the subconscious is the one that is automatically picking something in the environment, but whether you are sleeping or you are not sleeping. But the conscious mind is the thinking mind, the thinking one. Okay, let's know this. Okay, let's program ourselves positively and forget about, know that your problem is your problem. Don't think anybody from outside is coming to help you when something happens. That way, you try to figure out how you can do to solve your problem. But if you always think like, oh, somebody will help me, America is powerful. Just imagine when some small things are happening, and then we keep all calling Oh, we need European help. We need European. Look at our leaders. You see, this religion make our leaders also like that. They have to go to IMF. If not, we don't have money. Why should we be like this? Let me tell you, if we don't change the mentality of depending on somebody to help me, or thinking like somebody is in the sky or somebody is in Europe or Arab will come and help us. Let me tell you something. There's nothing for our children and our grandchildren, and this condition will never change for a very long time. I'm telling you. We have to change our mentality right now. If you want anything, everything is built in your brain. Everything is built. That's why we are many people. Like I like the way a citizen said at the beginning. Everybody have their talent, different. This is why we are many. One person cannot have all. So if I talk, somebody will come and talk the other side too, and I learn, and then he will learn my own if he don't know. And then in that order we are going. That's why we are always saying that do not think to wicked about your fellow brother or your fellow sister, because you don't know what he has in his head. Maybe what he has in his head is your savior. That Jesus Christ you are crying of is your brother. Jesus Christ you are crying on Sunday is your brother. Okay, if you fall down right now, it is your brother that will pick you. No Jesus you can mention to come from the sky and help you. Let's be honest here. You know, I mean, you are killing Jesus Christ every day. You are unaliving Jesus Christ every day. You know, you are unaliving Jesus Christ every day. Your own brother, your own brothers, you don't like them. Oh, this is your Yoruba.
Oh, you gone off.
But do you know who is your helper? Do you know who will help you? Let's be honest. You are a citizen. If you are a Yoruba, me, I am even from. Let me say, I'm from Namibia, and we meet each other. How do you know that through me that your door can open? How do you know that? So why would you? Why can't we like each other? Eh? So my success key. My success key may lie on somebody that I don't even have family ties with. That's how life is. You know, the person don't have to be your family member. The person don't have to be your family member or your tribe member before you can get help from them. Love people. Let love ring.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much.
God.
Thank you. Well said. And I think that's a message. You see, I'm going to say this just to back up what my brother just said there. One of the things that I've realized about these religions is that they have made it impossible for us to see love within our community. They have made us to see love only within the communities that they approve of, i.e., you are a Christian, oh, it's a loving family, it's everything in there. Or you're a Muslim, it's a loving. But when it comes to your African community, they don't want you to see love there, because when Africa unites, those religions of Islam and Christianity, they actually lose power. You see what I'm saying? They lose power, because the power that they use that to control you. They are structures used to loot our resources. It's the foundation for the system of colonialism. That's the reality of what we're saying. And I'm not saying that as it's a hate thing, but we have to understand that unless and until we address those fundamental issues, we are going to be going around in circles. Thankfully, we are beginning to wake up. There's a bit of a difference now. We can see that. But I'm saying that now that we need to wake up. We have to solve our problems from within our African communities. Engage with solving problems on ground. There could be a scientist in a village, but because he's not speaking English or French or Portuguese or Spanish, they will walk right past him and they will go outside. They will go thousands of miles to try and solve a problem that could have been solved right there and then. Knowledge is not requiring you to know French, English, Spanish, Portuguese. Knowledge is something in you as an African, and you can actually get there. We can solve the problems ourselves. That's what we're saying. Let me bring somebody else on. I see an invite from somebody who wants to speak, and I'd like to bring them on. Again, keep in mind, I'm really getting us to look at solving our problems. That, and once you start thinking of solving a problem, you are already having an inbuilt self-confidence, because you know you trust yourself to solve the problem. This idea of everything to God in prayer is to make you psychologically believe that you don't have a solution to your problem. That is the reality of it. Okay, Ricardo, welcome back. I've brought you on. Greetings, Ricardo. Greetings, Ricardo. What would you like to say? Welcome, my brother. Welcome. Ricardo, you there? Hello, Ricardo. Ricardo, can you hear me? Okay, I'll mute you in the meantime. Okay, whilst before he speaks, or and others, you can again throw me you can throw me a request, and I'll bring you on board. We need to have in our minds the mindset of problem solving. We have to have the mindset of problem solving already. Then it makes it easier for us to look at problems and think, okay, how can we solve this? But when you are going to church every Sunday and the church is telling you to depend on somebody that you don't see in the sky, when you're told to depend on somebody that you don't see, that is in another place somewhere, it is training your mind. Our mind is like a muscle. When you train the mind to see the possibilities of solutions, the mind will solve millions of problems. But when you train your mind to depend on others to solve your problems, the mind will become a great expert at depending on others to solve their problem. You're always looking to, who can I speak to? Oh, I come and seek your help. Oh, because that is how our mind has been trained. It's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool, and they've used that to put us in this state of, I can say, inertia, whereby you just think, oh, I can't, okay, I'm gonna, and that is, there is so much more to us than we realize. There is so much more. Florence Dati, welcome. You said, human heart is too cold, is so deceitful and desperately wicked. Change our mentality, renewal of our minds. Exactly. I like that statement, actually. And let me just make a comment on that. Well said. Yeah, well said, my sister. So what am I getting at? From even our children, we need to inculcate and we've always had that. In Yoruba culture, we have a way of speaking, wisdom. You find solutions in a lot of sayings in my Yoruba culture, and that can prompt you to seek solutions. Whereas when you're speaking in the manner in which you've been conditioned under these religions of Islam and Christianity, you are speaking from the mind of, already they're saying that you are a sinner to be saved. So there is something wrong with you from the get-go. So you need to rely on religion to save you. You see what I'm saying? It is telling you to have a dependency mentally, to depend on that thing they put before you. If the Bible is so powerful, it's so good for you, why is it so easy? Why are they putting it in front of you and making you to come back to it everywhere? It should be something that gives you once and you get on with your life. You don't have to come back and keep getting the redosing every week. Yeah, every time they keep telling you, yeah, come back to it, come back, and all of that is holding you in place. Meanwhile, all of your life and everything you could have solved your problem within your community. And they keep the communities apart. Oh, I am Christian. Oh, I'm Muslim. Oh, you know, I am my sister in Christ, my brother in Allah, and you know, whereas the commonality is this on the African continent. And with this, when you start realizing and you work together, you solve the problem. Being a Christian, now they're saying they want to protect Christians. What's going to happen to Muslims? US says they want to protect Christians in Nigeria. What's going to happen to Muslims? You see what I'm saying? Whereas, if we protect this, whether they're Christian or not, that protection will last. That's what we're trying to bring to bear here, to change that mindset, to get us to understand that right now, anybody that is saying they want to solve our problem, they actually want to create problems for us, rather than and keep us in that position of always looking for solutions and not actually or begging to others for solutions and not being ready to solve the problem ourselves. It is about mindset conditioning. It is about mindset conditioning. It's another act of, yes, emancipate our minds for it. Thank you. Let me bring in Beko. I don't know if I've actually brought you. I'll see if I can. I'll bring people on. I'll throw you an invite. If you are up to chat, I'll say one or two words, because I really do believe that we can learn from it. I'm going to bring my brother here, multi-guest. I'll bring him in. Thank you for that gift as well. And LA Prince, I'll bring you in as well. Thank you. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you do something for me, for the audience to see something for me?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, write it down. Write it down.
Okay, 1 second.
1
second. Let me get. I'm just trying to get a pen. I have a pen somewhere. Oh, here we are. Okay, I got one here. Okay. Let me get a paper as well. Get some paper.
I'm giving you jobs.
Yes, you have, haven't you? Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Psalm 7:9. Psalm 7, verse 9.
Okay. Why? Why?
Ecclesiastes 7.
Okay.
No, I haven't finished. Just let me start all over.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Psalm
I can have
verse 11. Okay?
Psalm 7 verse 11, you said.
Psalm 7 verse 11. 7 verse 11.
Okay. Okay.
And then Ecclesiastes 7 verse 9.
Okay. One thing I would say is I am not very I don't want to be I'm not going to be doing a Bible learning on here, if you see what I mean. I don't want to do that. But what is it you're trying?
You know what?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, just put it on them to see. Just put the two in the screen for them to read.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll try and do that. I have to do some work behind the scenes. I have to go and pick it up and all of that. So
we are not hearing you though.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. You know what? I'll see if I can do that. Let me dig it up and I'll show them so they can read it. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll do that.
Not for you. Not for you, but for them.
Yes. I see what you mean. Okay. All right. I will do that. Yeah. I think in all of it, everything we're saying. Sorry. Okay. Thank you very much. So everything that we're doing right now is to prompt us to believe in ourselves. We lack self-belief in our communities. I'm sorry to say it. We lack self-belief to trust our communities to solve our problems. But go ahead. Yes? Do you want me to do it now?
Citizen, the reason why I'm doing this, I myself personally, I wanted not to. But you know, if you are doing something and you don't do it completely, it will look like you are lying. But you have to do with a proof, you know.
I'm with
Because
you.
we human beings, we always want proof. You know what I mean? You are not doing it to harm anybody, but like you are doing it just for them to see. As example, we are saying.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Mute yourself for a minute because it's echoing back now. So I'm just gonna mute yourself. Mute you. Right. Okay. So he said, okay. Yeah. Now he said, God is a righteous judge who is angry with the wicked every day. 7:11. Different translations. God judges the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. God is the judge, and God is angry with the wicked every day. You know, so I'm not like I said. Can you tell us about that? What does that mean? You know, if you want to explain that down for the people, because I'm not really.
What about the other one? Read the other one before.
Okay. Oh, I see you. I see what you mean. Okay, I'll do that now. Yeah. Okay, so you've seen that now, guys. I'll bring the next one. I'm happy to just entertain that somewhat because I'm not. When it comes to religion, I'm very. I just want to use logic in doing things rather than. But I can see what he means in terms of explaining what, using it as a way to explain things as to why we need to take action. So that, on that end, I'm happy to oblige in that way. But it's not for me. I don't want to use religion as a crutch in any way, shape, or form. So here we go. So now, okay. So yeah, here we go. Have you seen that now, Nature Lover? Hello, Nature Lover, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, now. So you see that? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us between the two, and that's the first one, and that's the second one. So
okay, read that and the other one. What you bring now?
Oh, you mean I said it? Advises against being easily angered, stating, "Do not be quickly provoked in your spirit, for anger resides in the laps of the fools."
Okay, stop. So in that situation, when you read the first one,
yeah.
So if you are reading a book
Mhm.
and the same creator tell you that I'm always angry every day, I don't know whether they still remember that.
Mhm.
And now another one come and tell you that it is a fool. That means him the God is fool, right?
Yes, I'm with you. Okay, yeah, easily angered. Yeah, I'm with you now.
See, this is come now. I don't see you. Take it off. So
I'm
you
with
see
you
that
now.
God insulted himself. God
Yes.
insulted himself.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
Sorry. Yes, I see what you mean now. Yeah. It is
So-
it's the same thing in the same, he's saying the same thing about the situation, and then he's actually proving that in his own actions, in the way he's saying, oh, he's angered by something, so too quickly angry, and at the same time he's saying is that God that's angry. So yeah, you're right, he's insulting himself.
No. The last one you read, he said somebody who is angry is a what? Is a fool.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
meaning him, God who was angry at the beginning, the first one,
Mhm.
that means he himself is a fool.
That's correct.
So is that God?
Yeah.
It's okay. That's just it. It's okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I know what he's trying to do there is to tell us that, look, the contradictions should be enough warning for us to think, look, let us focus on ourselves. That's why I'm saying that when we are looking at things outside of our body, it's going to take us to things that doesn't relate to us. We have to look at things within ourselves and within our community to solve our problems. And now, like I said, the reason I say that now, they are saying to us, they are coming to solve our problem. They want to get a plane to come down, to solve our problem on our continent. If they want to help, they can provide the arms to the community, and the community will deal with it. Do you know now in Nigeria? Thank you. You actually said that, nature lover. In Nigeria right now, Southerners, and in fact, many people in the country are not allowed to have weapons. Yes. You're not allowed to have weapons, even to protect your life. And when you do have the weapons, the government takes it away from you. Yes. Let me do some research on that. And this is why I'm saying we need to solve our own problems. The Nigerian government make it they don't let you have weapons. Even the farmers in Kwara State, so the farmers, when the terrorists came, they were coming. Some farmers had their own weapons to protect themselves. When the government, the state government, saw that the terror group, Boko Haram, couldn't penetrate because the farmers were protecting them, you know what they did? They told the farmers, oh, we need to service your equipment. Give it to us, and we'll service it and bring it back. As soon as they took the equipment from them, this is in Kwara State. You can quote me on this. As soon as the farmers handed their weapons away from them, they came to kill, to unalive, to unalive 14 farmers immediately in Nigeria. I say this because I want you to know that the people are not helpless. Quite a few of them want to help, but we need our people to know that you have the right to defend yourself. Now, I'm about to show you a section of the Nigerian Constitution, and this is for all Nigerians. A lot of us don't know that we can defend our lives by any means necessary. You see, when the government is not allowing you to defend your life, but but now others now want to say, oh, we are going to come and help you. That's a problem. The government must allow the citizens to exercise their rights as within the law under Section 33, right to life. You have a right to defend that life. I'm going to read that to you. This is where I'm going now. Let me show you this now. Okay, somebody wants to come in. I'll let them join me. So I'm just trying to show you that this is what we face. So when they say the perception that we are helpless is a false one. The system is making it impossible for you to defend yourself. Because even when you have the weapons to defend yourself against this Boko Haram menace, guess what? The state government, in this case, sent people to take weapons off and make several women widows. So what we need to do is to empower our community to know their rights. So this is in Yoruba. So I'm doing two things. This is in Yoruba, beg your pardon. This is in Yoruba. I'll do the English one first. You know what? I'll do Yoruba first. Because I believe on the African continent, my language should always be first, not a colonial language. So I am going to start with Yoruba first. You may not understand me. I will come and translate it in English. We will do that. If every one of us start making sure that any program we do, that we start off with our local language, and then we translate, and we must ensure that all our government officials, whatever language they speak, if they're going to pass a message on, they start in that language. Others can translate it for the English or for the French, because in Africa, African language must come first. So here we go. So I will explain this to you, but I'll read it in Yoruba for now. It says, Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, abala kẹtàdínlọ́gbọ̀n òfin orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjà ẹgbẹ̀rún méjì dín kan ọdún gẹ́gẹ́ bí àtúnṣe fúnni ní ẹ̀tọ́ sí ààyè àti ní àfikún mọ ẹ̀tọ́ láti lo agbára tí ó ní òye àti pàtàkì ní ààbò ara ẹni tàbí ààbò àwọn mìíràn. Now, in English, that means that essentially it's about protecting your life. So I will read that to you now in English. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. I'll bring that up now. You can see that. Yes. So the question was, do you have the right to defend your life? That was the question I posed. And it says on the screen, as you can see, let me make sure you can see it all. Yeah. It says there, under Section 33, article of the Nigerian Constitution, it grants right to life. In addition, recognizes the right to use reasonable and necessary force in self-defense or defense of others. This is the message that I want to pass to every single village in Nigeria. The villagers don't know this information. That is why you see me putting it in Yoruba first. Because I want every Yoruba village, the farmers and those the hunters, to know this information so that in future they no longer give their weapons to anybody, any government official. The government official do not have a right to take your arms. They do not have the right to take your arms. Now they have made several women widows, and the Boko Haram that they should have had their weapons removed from them. The government did nothing to stop them in Kwara State. This is a fact. This is not a dispute. This is a fact. This is what happened. About 20 villages in Kwara State right now, the people have fled because the farmers in those areas, they are not being allowed to defend themselves. Yes, everybody should have a gidi. Yes, exactly. I agree with you. So, I am saying it. Yep, Florence Dati, you're right about that. Yes, but at the same time, we have a lack of self-belief to say that we will not allow others to tell us, other continents and the colonials to tell us how to live our lives on our continent. We've been so conditioned to accept whatever they tell us. So much so that even what they're telling us to do, even if it harms us, we still do it. Let me say that again. We have been so psychologically programmed. Greetings. What is the not my brother? Greetings. We have been so programmed. Please share this broadcast. Those of you watching, help us grow the platform. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We have been so psychologically brainwashed that as Africans, once the colonials tell us something, even if it's going to be harmful to us, we don't question it. We do it. We continue to trust in their God. And this is why we need to put a stop to that. This is why we need to wake up. Those who are giving us problems are coming with solutions, and we are so conditioned that we are accepting it. One person, a prophet, a pastor OB, I think it is, was on our show. He said something that really got me thinking. He said, look, if America wants to help us, then they should give weapons to the communities affected, rather than say they want to come and give us air or whatever, military, because we can defend ourselves. You see what I'm talking about, having trust in each other? That's where I'm really going today. That is the point I've been trying to make all this time. From the beginning, this is the real core. Once we have the confidence in our community that we can solve our problems, any assistance we get will still depend on us coming, using our collected talent to solve that problem. it doesn't make us dependent on others. It means we are taking control of that situation. So, this is an option that I would seriously like those who are saying for the US to come. If you want them to, if the US want, if they're serious about helping us, then they should make sure that the Nigerian government, in fact, I'm saying to the Nigerian government, one of the first thing is, you in the constitution that you swear on oath with, 2, it states every person has a right to life, save in the execution of the right judgment in the court of law. Section 33. So there's right to life, is very clear. And it says, in addition, recognizes the right to use reasonable force. I put it to the governors and others in Nigeria, by taking away the guns from the communities that are threatened by this Boko Haram, you as a government are putting the lives of your people in danger. And that is not what a government is supposed to do. A government is supposed to protect its people. And for the people, I'm saying, every community must teach our people about these rights in local languages, so that they never ever give up weapons that they've gotten themselves, passing through all the necessary paperwork they've done, that they have to do, licensing and everything else, only for them to be told, oh, we will do it for you, when they can do it themselves. Because in doing so, in the case of Kwara, 14 hunters were unalived. Not hunters, 14 vigilantes working to protect their people were unalived, thereby putting not only their lives in danger, but the life of the entire community, so much so that the people have fled that community. That is the problem. So we call on everyone right now. We do our bit. How can we help? Every community in Nigeria now, take a screenshot of this. If you are watching, if you're Nigerian, take a screenshot. And please, where possible, translate it to your local languages. The vigilante groups need to have this information, so that when any state government or any federal government wants to take the weapons that they use in defending themselves, you can quote this to them. That way you begin to take action. Now you are able to take action and protect yourself in your community, to defend yourself as vigilantes, using reasonable and necessary force in self-defense. That is the best message that we can put out there to help our communities. I think it is very, very important that we state that, because this idea that we are helpless is something that I don't buy into. Just like poverty in Africa is being engineered, this state of helplessness that is being put on the people of Nigeria is being orchestrated. When the people are, in fact, the BH or Boko Haram, when they know that a community is armed, they are very reluctant to go there. I wonder why. When they know that a community is armed, they are very reluctant to go there. So we need our people in our communities to know this information, to please share it. Again, I'll read it. Please, every community, tell them, Article 33 of the Nigerian Constitution, as amended, grants the right to life, and in addition, recognizes the right to use reasonable and necessary force in self-defense or the defense of others. For too long, my screen has frozen on YouTube, TikTok. Oh, I think I'm being attacked now. Oops. Okay. I think, are you there? Did you see what happened, guys? Let me see. Let me put that here. Okay. Are you guys there? Can you see me now? My screen froze for a second. Can you see me? I hope you can see me. Okay. Okay, let me just do that. So I'm just trying to get everything going. So that is the real message here. And also, of course, I want us to be aware that there's a lot of propaganda that is being used to get us as Africans to support the this plan of the US to come into Nigeria. Now, I understand. Please hear me well. I understand and I fully understand why people are saying, oh, US must help us. I understand that. And I fully understand the feeling that comes along with that. But what I'm saying is this. Now that you know that our government, as I speak, instead of arming the people, has actually been, what's the word? Has instead of, giving us, allowing us to keep our arms, has been disarming the people only for Boko Haram or the terrorists to walk in and do whatever it is they want to do. That is very, very wrong. Our people don't know. Many of us have been conditioned. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Where is it? I think my screen is gone. Ah. Yeah. 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 I got knocked out. I got knocked out of TikTok. YouTube, help me, please. Continue. We will go back. I'll go straight back in. They knocked me back out of the thing because what I'm saying, they don't want me to say. But we will continue. We will continue. I'm trying to put it back on. They literally knocked me out of TikTok. They literally they bounced me out of TikTok. And what is it I'm saying? I'm saying we need to protect our people. I'm not talking about hate. I'm speaking facts, but they didn't want me to speak that fact. So clearly they decided to block the broadcast. Let me see. Can you see me? I'm gonna try and go back in. I'm trying to go back in as I speak to you. They don't want me to do it, obviously, but we're gonna go back. I'm trying to go back in. We're trying to go back in. I don't know what they would. I think they just knocked me out. Okay. Okay. Are you guys? Can you see me now? I hope you can see me. Am I live? Let me go back again. Let me check. Continue live. I'm trying to continue it. I don't know what happened. I got bounced out. Yeah. So I'm back again. I'm back again. I don't know. They tried to end it. They tried to cut the live. I don't know what happened. Somebody tried to, I don't know what it is they were doing. They just interrupted the live. Yeah. Florence, we need, for now, we need to protect ourselves. I'm afraid to say that, like I said, Scott Perry, the US senator, said that USAID have been giving weapons and money to BH to attack, that have been carrying out the attacks on people. So, what does that mean? It means that the US is engaged in causing instability on our land. They are engaged in that. And it's the same US who now says they want to solve the problem that they created in the first place. So, I'm sorry to say that, Florence, unless we protect ourselves, there will be nothing our people will not be able to be in their land. In Benue State, the governor of Benue State at the time, what's his name again now? He tried to protect the people, and they tried to unalive him for doing that. And we are letting the people know now that they have to protect their lives. I know. Let me bring in Lexington. Okay, somebody. Oh, they say I'm. Oh, they are doing a lot to try and bring this broadcast down. They're doing everything they can to bring this broadcast down. But I'll carry on. We'll carry on. Please share the broadcast. Those of you watching us on YouTube, greetings and welcome. Give us a thumbs up as you're coming in, and give us a thumbs up. Join us and share the broadcast. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. The topic of the day is to make our people know their rights, and to not fall for the propaganda that has been targeted at Nigerians. They've used propaganda to get us to support the destruction of our own land, and it is very important we understand that. To solve our problems, our government must allow us, the federal government, the state government, must allow the people of the community to defend themselves. Connect with Gumi. I don't know about Gumi. I can't recommend Gumi. No, I cannot recommend Gumi. No. No. I don't know about Gumi, please. No, that one. Gumi supports them, and we do not. Anybody that supports the unaliving of our people on our land is not of a family. It's not somebody we want to recommend at all. We don't. So let me just show you, those of you who may be joining again. Lexington Oluwanishola. I will just say Shola for short. Be proud of your Yoruba name, my brother. Shola is it's a big name, Oluwanishola, it's a good name. Now let me go. I want to just show you something quickly. I'm glad I was able to rectify the situation, because it looked like they almost took me out completely. But thankfully, we were able to get things back. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. Now, look at that picture. Look at that picture. What is the US flag doing superimposed on Nigeria? That is a problem. That for me, and that is, those of you on YouTube, you will see that on the picture as you join the broadcast. You will see it, and it says, take a look at US propaganda in play. I will play a, yeah, thank you very much, Genobi. Exactly. They want to take the land, and that's the reality of what we're seeing, and we need our people to wake up and not accept that nonsense. Please continue to subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Give us thumbs up. Help us reach more people. We do need your support. So you can see on the screen there. Take a look at US propaganda in play. Boko Haram are based in the north, yet the US flag is covering the south. Can you see that? It's covering that. We don't need that. What we need is, instead of the US funding and arming BH, they should allow for they should stop sending anything. Don't send any more weapons to BH. The US must stop sending any weapons to BH. If they want to help, if they are serious about helping, the first thing the US must do is to arrest all of the people involved in giving weapons and arms and funds and treatment to BH in Nigeria. In fact, in Africa. Secondly, the Nigerian government must make sure that they no longer entertain anybody in the government that are speaking on behalf of BH on our soil. They have to, the government of Nigeria must demonstrate that, because that is the only way that they can restore the confidence of the people. Yeah, okay. Please, those of you joining us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. Welcome. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Give us a thumbs up as you're coming in and joining us. Share the broadcast, share the live, and help us grow the platform. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube as well. We greet you. We appreciate you. Help us reach more people. And those of you who are on TikTok, again, continue to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Help us reach more people. We need your continued support. Let's get the broadcast to over 20 and over 50,000 likes. We're around about 20 something thousand, I think it is. Let's get to 50,000 likes on this broadcast before we end the show. We really do need that support. So I'm going to play this again for those who came, who are just joining, so you can get a bit of a context on what has been done and what we're trying to achieve. And I want to thank those who have commented. I think my brother joined earlier on, and others have tried to bring on, but they've not spoken. If you do want to speak, I will of course give you the opportunity to do so. We want you to be interactive. So let me see, where is it? Okay. Oh, where is it? Okay. All right, just give me a minute. I'm just trying to find this information for you. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'll find another way. There's loads of things that are trying to go hiding there, but we will find it. We will find it. Stream. So, please, what we want to do is we are here to encourage you, every community, to know that they have a right to defend their lives and the lives of others around them. It is mandated in the Constitution of Nigeria, and no longer must anybody give your weapons. Do not give your weapons to anybody, because you need it to protect your life and that of the people in your community. Government officials who have been engaged in that process, the government should show goodwill by immediately arresting them. That is what should happen. We advocate for that, because they are working for the people, not for the those who are invading. Let me just check something here. Like I said, they are working for the people, not for those who are invaders. Okay, where is it? Beg your pardon. No, 1 second. Oops. I had this thing there. Where was it gone? Here we go. Okay. So we're going to watch this a little bit. I need you to identify. We are trying to get you to know.
Deeply divided between Muslims and.
We are trying to show you the attempts to the propaganda, and we need to get you to know propaganda when you see it. So, sorry, 1 second. So now, we're going to start here now.
Muslims and Christians, and how has this division created ripples that reach far beyond its borders and into the global stage?
This is propaganda, and I'll tell you why. Please listen on.
Conflict, and why has Nigeria struggled to protect its own citizens from this ongoing threat? Most importantly, how does the United States plan to respond through strategy, support, or even military force? All in the video ahead.
Did you heard him say how does the US plan to respond? But what he doesn't tell us, those who are earlier on, you must have heard me say it. What he doesn't tell us is what I'm about to show you next. Let me see if I can find you. I don't want to even say it alone, because if I say, oh, it's conjecture, I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth, as it were. Let's find that clip. I'm going to find you a clip where I want you to actually, where you will actually hear them state. You will hear Senator Scott Perry state that the US are giving weapons to Boko Haram. You will hear him state it. So let me just get that up, and then we can talk about that. Let me have a look at this. Let me have a look at it. I want to just make sure you get that. Just give me a minute. So he's saying, what should the US do? But they're not telling you that the US also has been the one funding them via USAID. The funds intended to give relief is the funds they've been using to arm BH. And these are things that are not often told. We need this to be told. So I'm going to play that in between all of that. So now, in a way, that will debunk the message in the propaganda video that you saw moments ago, that you're seeing. But I want to play it in the middle of it so that in your mind, you have to place this in your mind that they say people who want to help you, they are the ones who are arming those who are harming us. If they want to help us, the first thing they must do is what? Stop giving them arms. That's the first thing. If they want to help the citizens of Nigeria, instead of flying in, stop giving them arms. And that's what I'm hoping that we can, put the pressure. We should put the pressure on them that no, we do not want any help. And can you trust a situation where those who are coming to help you, now it now turns out, have been the ones arming those who are harming you? Can you trust that? Can you seriously trust that? So I'm saying that from that point of view. Please, it's not, I don't want to fight and say no, but I'm telling you, at least you know these things. You need to be aware of what they are doing. But anyway, so we'll okay, you know what? I'll keep going with the film, but number of questions already,
Nigeria is divided roughly between Muslims and Christians primarily along regional lines. The northern part of Nigeria is predominantly Muslim, with approximately 50 to 55% of the population adhering mostly to Sunni Islam, while the southern and southeastern regions are majority Christian, comprising about 45% to 35% of the population. Boko Haram, an Islamist militant group, is primarily based in northeastern Nigeria, specifically in Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa states. This group adhered to ISIS strategy and will eliminate everyone, whether Muslims or Christian, that does not...
Right, okay. I'm going to show you something in the middle of all that. The training that these guys, the BH gets, comes from the funding provided by USAID and the US. Please take note.
Greetings all. Welcome to Season Hour, the platform where we speak to the power.
Sorry about that. So we're going to get it there. I want to just play that section for you.
Engineer.
Okay, sorry, you know about that? No.
Let's just quickly read what Eric.
No, not that one.
Let's just quickly. Engineer.
Oh, come on. Give me 1 second, please. Something is happening.
Greetings all and welcome to Season.
Okay, we'll go back again. I don't know what's happened there. But anyway, I'll play on. I'll come back to
follow
it.
the rule of law. Sadly, most of the victims are their fellow Muslims brothers too. Let's look at their bases. Boko Haram's strongholds are mainly found in northeastern Nigeria and the surrounding Lake Chad region, which stretches across the borders of Nigeria at Niger.
Okay, I'm going to just play it as it is now. Here we go.
Greetings all and welcome to Citizen Award, the platform where we speak.
Have a listen,
We're
please.
looking at US House of Rep member. He is Scott Perry. Now, he makes a claim here and he states that USAID is being used to fund terrorist groups, including Boko Haram.
Your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camps.
Yes.
So, when you see the picture of the training camp there,
This group adhered to
when you see this picture, please know it's funded by the US. What I'm doing is to debunk the propaganda that this is something that happened on its own. USAID funded training, weapons, and the result of the training and the weapons. Yeah. You see, this is what we need to understand. Please. This is how propaganda works. The gaslighting. Those who harm you will put you in a situation whereby you will be calling for them to come and help you without you realizing that they once harming you. That's called gaslighting. You see? Bongai Morake. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Please continue to give the platform. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. All of you watching me right now, I'd be very grateful if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Citizen AY on YouTube. We're trying to get the numbers up on there. Get to run about 10,000 likes, and help. The more we can do more on that platform, it will help us with the work that we're doing of raising awareness, of empowering our people to know their rights in their local languages. So we appreciate each and every one of you. We welcome Super Chats. Thank you very much for all you've been doing in following me and making comments, and I'm trying to read as many as possible. Thank you to you all. Don't forget, those of you watching, please subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. Not only subscribe, share to family and friends. Share the broadcast and leave comments. We welcome super chats also on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. Like I said, we are on Facebook. We are on X. And shortly we'll be doing something on Substack as well. But we need, all of this is aimed at ensuring that we pass on information that will help our communities grow, and we need your support. Give me 1 sec, please. It's a bit dark in here now. Oh, no. Okay, good. So yeah, so you can see now, when you see this, know that where is it now? I saw it earlier. Know very well that USAID has been, USAID has been funding this, as I said, by Scott Perry. So I'm giving you facts. I'm not spewing disinformation, but what I'm trying to do is for us to break down and spot. I'm hoping that we can all spot propaganda. So let's carry on with this for a little bit more. I won't watch it all.
Around the town of Bama in Borno State, Boko Haram has established logistical and command centers. This area plays an...
Now, about that, I need you to know that the NGOs, many of the NGOs, often they get funding from the US, from other colonial companies. The NGOs go into all of those areas, and they come out alive. Okay? The NGOs go into those areas where the BH are, and they come out alive. They give weapons to the BH. They give them, they even treat them, and they come out alive. Why am I saying this? If we want to solve this problem on ground, all of us must reject the NGOs, because they can go into areas where the local people cannot go and come out alive, mean that they are protected by the same body that is unaliving the citizens. Can you see the propaganda? Can you see it? The idea is to get us to see the propaganda, to spot it, and to reject it.
Central role in coordinating their operations and sustaining the insurgency in the region. But why is the Nigerian government unsuccessful in defeating Boko Haram? They face various problems from lower budgets, manpower, to geography.
Right. Like I said, one of the major problems with is that the Nigerian government, some of the leaders are involved in supporting Boko Haram. Some of them. Some of them are still in government now. And they have not been apprehended because they are putting the lives of the citizens at risk. Also, the colonials, they actually actively want destabilization of communities because they want unfettered access to mineral resources like lithium, uranium, gold, and many others, rare earth metals. Yes, we have it. In Kwara State, they've got rare earth metals. They want access to that. So what do? Fund destabilizations, fund groups like BH to cause destabilization so they can fly in. Many of the NGOs, many multinational companies, and even the nations, they fly helicopters or planes into landing strip close to where all of this is happening and fly out with our resources. Yes, they do. And we are bringing this to all our attention collectively so we can address it, so we can, we don't want this to happen. So we're showing you all of this to start psychologically challenging this propaganda. The propaganda will not tell you that the government, the state government, disarm the citizens. They won't tell you. And we need this to be something that must be stopped. We have to stop it. We need to put pressure on the government. We have to hold them accountable. We have to hold our governors accountable. It's very, very important. Please continue to share the broadcast. You are listening to Citizen LI, the platform where we speak truth to power. We've been here for some time now. How long has it been going on for? I'm trying to see. Oh, I can't see there. Okay, anyway, I think it's at least over an hour. But I wanted to play a bit more of this. Let me play a bit more.
Operates in remote, difficult terrains like forests and swampy Lake Chad Islands, which are hard for the military to access. Nigeria's armed forces often struggle with outdated equipment, poor training, and logistical issues limiting their effectiveness.
Unfortunately, the Nigerian government doesn't fully arm some of the army to really combat Boko Haram. Again, those who have been involved in this must be held accountable. They must be held accountable. And that's a real issue that must be dealt with. So there is some truth with this. But again, the propaganda is to try and justify why US must come. We don't need US to come, to be honest. What we need is for the local people to be trained in protecting themselves, to have the necessary equipment, and that would suffice because the BH will be reluctant to come into areas where they know that the people will protect themselves and defend themselves. But when the states are engaged in disarming the people so that they become, statistic, that's not acceptable at all. But let's carry on for a few more minutes. Let's see.
Intelligence gathering is difficult because Boko Haram uses guerrilla tactics and small-scale attacks to avoid detection. Additionally, poverty, unemployment, and weak governance in the Northeast allow Boko Haram to recruit easily, with some communities mistrusting government forces due to corruption and previous abuses. The group's cross-border operations require regional cooperation, which is often slow and complicated by sovereignty concerns. Human rights concerns and security force abuses have also eroded public trust, making it harder for the government to gain community support. Let's take a closer look at how the U.S. would go about targeting Boko Haram. First, they'd establish naval and air dominance. A naval task force made up of aircraft carriers, destroyers, and amphibious ships would position itself in the Gulf of Guinea. From there, they provide air cover, launch precision strikes, and be ready to quickly deploy troops wherever they're needed. Next comes intelligence gathering. Using satellites, drones like the MQ-9 Reaper and signal interception, the U.S. would keep constant watch on Boko Haram's movements, strongholds, and communication, giving commanders real-time awareness of the battlefield. They'd also work closely with Nigeria and neighboring countries to coordinate security along borders, share intelligence, and conduct joint operations that make it harder for Boko Haram fighters to slip across borders. The weaponry? Cruise missiles like Tomahawks would launch from naval destroyers and submarines to take out key Boko Haram bases and supply depots. At the same time, stealth fighters like the F-35 would carry out airstrikes on command centers, minimizing collateral damage. Special forces would roll out in coordination with Nigerian and regional troops to conduct precision raids, capture or eliminate Boko Haram's leadership, and help train local forces to better fight the insurgency. Finally, disrupting Boko Haram's logistics, especially in challenging terrains like the Lake Chad Islands and Sambisa Forest, would be vital. Cutting off their supply lines and making movement difficult would severely weaken the group. Together, this multi-layered approach combines America's advanced military capabilities with regional partnerships to systematically break down Boko Haram's strength, reduce their recruitment, and help restore stability in the region.
So, anyway, we're not gonna play any more of that. I'm just showing you that's pure propaganda. We have to be aware. They're not addressing anywhere in that video. Have you heard them say, oh, by the way, yes, the US, they know that they were funding it. There's evidence now that we are protecting the citizens. We've stopped funding it. We are, doing everything we can to dismantle the group and not make things worse for people on the ground. But instead they're doing this, and that's what we're calling our attention to make sure we are alert, because a lot of people will think, yeah, they're coming to fight for you. But I've said one of the concerns about this that they're always ever after only their own interest and not the people of the area that they go to cause chaos and destruction. So that's very, very important to state. I think I've been here for a while now. I can't remember how long I've been here. Let me see. How long have I been here? Can anyone know? See? But anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. Again, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I want you to take a screenshot of this if you can. So is that okay? Is that the one? Yeah, okay. So now, make sure every community gets this. This is in Yoruba land. Take a screenshot for Yoruba people. Make sure they get it to know that they have a right to defend their lives by any means necessary, as laid down under Section 33 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. That message that we want to, and we'll come back and be telling this over and over and over. We need that support. I'm very grateful for those of you that have been joining and donations and gifts. Thank you so very much. I'm going to have a bit of a break now, I think. And I'll come back and talk about other things later on. But as ever, thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the gift. And thank you for your comments. We really appreciate you. We need more and more people to, of course, join us and give us more, more reach, to be able to reach people with more information. I hope you found what you've had here useful. Just to reiterate again, in all parts of Nigeria now, it's important we state this. Yes, Article 33 of the Nigerian Constitution, as amended, grants the right to life, and in addition, recognizes the right to use reasonable and necessary force in defense of others and one's life. Very important to state that. So I hope this makes things clearer. I want to thank you all. Don't forget, those of you watching us on YouTube, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if when you're gonna watch it again, please always give us a thumbs up to help the algorithm reach more people. We really appreciate you. And of course, on TikTok, thank you so very much. You've been listening to Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'm back later on. I'm going to have a bit of a break. And I might do another session in Yoruba. I might come back for a second one later on today. But I'm going to have a bit of a break for now. In the meantime, thank you so very much. You've been listening to Citizen AI, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'm Balatron. Thank you, and bye for now. Bye for now. Bye all. Okay. Yeah, thank you so very much, guys. I need to have a break. My throat is going, and I'm trying to get on with doing things and have a bit of a break because my throat is just, I can't talk much more now. So I will wait. Thank you so much for listening. Please continue to share. You're listening to Citizen AI, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you, and bye.